It's October 13th, 2011, in East Dubuque, Illinois. Flyers began appearing in the small town asking for help in finding a missing 14-year-old girl named Chyenne Kircher. She was well known in the community and came from a home many described as troubled. So when her family woke one morning to find she had vanished, it wasn't entirely unexpected. What they didn't expect, though, was the letter she left behind. The letter read, "Mom and Dad, you haven't done nothing wrong. But by the time you get this letter, I will be gone. Don't worry about me. I will always love you. You won't find me because I don't want to be found. So at last, I say goodbye. Love, Shy." The handwriting was confirmed to be hers, and forensic analysts later determined the note hadn't been written under any sort of duress, leading investigators to classify Chyenne's case as a voluntary runaway. Naturally, this left a lot of questions. Why did she leave? And most importantly, where had she gone? As weeks turned to months, and then to a year, Chyenne's trail started to go cold. Apart from the note, she had managed to leave no trace behind. That is, at least in the physical world.
Hi everybody, this is the new profile of Chyenne Show.
Despite being described as socially awkward, Chyenne had found a place for herself online. She was active on Facebook and maintained multiple YouTube channels, though most of them remained largely unknown. Her very first channel, for example, had only 4 subscribers. But for investigators, these accounts provided a rare window into Chyenne's life. Through her videos, they were able to catch a glimpse into what life looked like for Chyenne in the months and years leading up to her disappearance.
Hi everybody, I'm back and I'm ready for action.
To some, it came as little surprise that Chyenne would want to leave the house where she'd grown up. She lived there with her 3 siblings and her mother, Lori Lyons. Though she had never met her biological father, Lori had remarried a man named Terry Abbas, whom Chyenne referred to as her dad. But things in the household were complicated. Terry wasn't the only adult man living there. Lori's boyfriend, Steve Staver, also stayed with the family. On its own, this wasn't necessarily alarming, but it was something locals often gossiped about and likely something Chyenne's classmates knew as well. Yet, of all the unusual aspects of her home life, the most concerning was the house itself. When investigators arrived to interview the family, they were struck immediately by the smell. One officer later described it as one of the worst he'd ever encountered. Inside, piles of trash and dirty laundry filled nearly every room. The floors were coated in grime, and the air was thick with an unbearable stench. The living conditions were deplorable. Between this, the tangled family dynamic, and the note she'd left behind, it appeared as straightforward a runaway case as one could imagine. But as officers continued their search, they noticed something that didn't fit that explanation. Chyenne had left behind her cell phone, something she was said to be inseparable from. Even more concerning, her jacket and shoes were still in the house as well. With winter approaching and temperatures hovering around freezing, the idea that she would have gone anywhere without them didn't make sense. It was the first sign that there might be more to Chyenne's disappearance than anyone initially thought, prompting the investigators to delve closer into her history on social media.
Welcome to that house. Okay, hi. As you all know, I'm close.
Starting almost a year before she vanished, Chyenne began posting short, playful videos to her first YouTube channel, Chyenne 2010. The videos showed her joking around, performing skits, and experimenting with content. While the videos might seem somewhat incoherent today, for a 13-year-old in 2011, this was fairly normal. It was clear that Chyenne enjoyed creating content, using the channel as a space to express herself, even if very few people were watching. As her disappearance approached, however, her online activity became more noteworthy. On February 19th, 2011, she launched a second channel, Shy Love 2011.
But somebody had took my account, but I'm back on air and I'm ready to make shows.
The new channel initially followed the same format as her first, but Chyenne eventually began including her family members in her videos. Her siblings and older brother often joined in, playing off each other naturally, creating the kind of dynamic you would expect from children of that age.
No! Ow, you bit
Now, if he
But by far, her most frequent on-screen presence, though often unwilling, was Terry Abbas, her stepfather.
That's my brother, Riley. That's that creepy guy that lives downstairs. Oh, I mean, my stepdad, Terry.
Due to the crowded living conditions, Chyenne had little space of her own for filming, so Terry often appeared in the background. The two would occasionally joke about him being caught on camera.
There's been a lot of things changing over the news. Dad, look around, please. I don't want you getting caught in the camera.
Sorry, why don't you be quiet? I am.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
These exchanges rarely went beyond typical family banter. In fact, Chyenne appeared to have a genuine affection for Terry, posting about him multiple times on her Facebook page and referring to him fondly as her dad. As investigators continued reviewing Cheyenne's channels, the trail seemed to run cold until they found a video titled Shy Love, 2011's webcam video.
You know, I'm really bored. I wonder if I got anything to do.
This live stream uploaded to her channel lasted 3 minutes and 35 seconds, with a clip beginning exactly how you'd expect from Chyenne, before she is interrupted.
I know what I can do.
But just as she began her introduction, a man unexpectedly entered the room with only his lower half visible in the frame. Cheyenne's energy shifted instantly. She goes quiet before grabbing his hands and whispering, "I'm on a live stream. Be careful." The man acknowledges this by replying okay, but then proceeds to grab her by what appears to be the neck. This causes Chyenne to yell stop before collapsing onto the bed, quickly regaining her composure and snapping back to her usual comedic personality. The man then approaches her again and begins slap fighting with her, quickly switching up his personality to match hers in a very obvious attempt to play it cool for the camera.
See how abusive? No, he's not abusive. No, stop.
Yes, I am. I'll pull her out.
No.
Alright.
See what I have to go through every day.
Soon after, the man leaves the room and Chyenne continues the video as if nothing had happened.
Man, I don't know what you were going to do today. Can any of my viewers tell me what should I do?
This was the last video Chyenne would ever upload to YouTube. Months later, she vanished, never to be seen again. The abrupt cut of the video, the shift in her expression, and the man's movements all suggested something was occurring off camera at the hands of her own stepfather, Terry Abbas.
As you will see, hi Dad. Dad, look around, please. I don't want you getting caught in the camera.
That's that creepy guy that lives downstairs. Oh, I mean, my stepdad, Terry.
As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered multiple accounts of Terry having spied on Chyenne in private areas of the home, including the bathroom. The live stream itself was later believed to capture the beginning of another attack, one she may have survived only because the camera was recording, even if briefly. With the evidence mounting, investigators brought Terry Abbas in for questioning to determine what had really happened. During the interview, it didn't take long for the truth to come out.
Well, you got your man. Hey, you got Terry Abbas. Chyenne is not with us. She's gone. Last time I remember, my hand was over her neck for some reason.
Just over her neck and doing what?
Squeezing, I guess. And I panicked.
What happened to cause that?
I have no clue. Before I knew it, I was standing over a body.
As Chyenne grew older, Terry knew the truth about what he'd done was at increasing risk of being exposed, and Terry didn't trust her to keep that secret. And so one night, he went into the woods behind the family's home and began digging, carving out a hole several feet deep, large enough for a body. The next morning, he lured Chyenne outside under the guise of playing a game. Once they were far enough from the house, he wrapped his hands around her neck and squeezed until she stopped moving. He then buried her in the hole he dug the night before. But that left one question, that note she left. It turned out that about a month before her disappearance, Terry had told Chyenne they were going to play a prank on her mother and that she would pretend to run away, leaving behind a note to make it believable. Chyenne wrote the letter, but the prank never happened. Terry kept the letter and used it later as a cover for what he'd done, creating the illusion that she had simply run away on her own. Terry Abbas was eventually sentenced to life in prison, where he remains today. In hindsight, the videos on Chyenne's channel are far more unsettling to watch, especially that final live stream. Knowing what we do now, it's clear those clips captured only fragments of a much darker reality. Perhaps most heartbreaking of all is realizing that what the world saw on camera was just a glimpse of the abuse she endured when no one was watching.